The first year and a half of my career, no one took me seriously. And yeah, like they just thought I was like only good enough to perform at the club because I could bring a crowd, and like they wouldn't pay me. They'd be like, oh, like just come and bring your people and that's it. Like we'll let you sing a song. And then I started working with my manager, Antonio, and then that's when like things started really going my way.
All I need to do is find my light.
Welcome back to another episode of Chop It Up with your girl, Lebanon Mawatour, in collaboration with Alberta Music. Shout out to them for creating this space for us to do this. So if you're in Alberta, you may have seen this girl. Maybe she's on the scene, maybe she's at festivals, and you've heard her soulful, sultry melodies and her music. Edmonton, you have a gem on your hands. Welcome, Kianna Faith.
Hello.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, and I know you have a show tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking the time to come visit us today. So I know you grew up in a musical family. How has that supported you and helped to kind of create and craft your music and your career?
So my dad, he's an amazing singer, and I'd say that's where my inspiration for music came from, because I'd always like watch him sing around the house, and we'd sing gospel songs together. And then I ended up going to a musical school on White Ave. It's called Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and I was in the performing arts program for 7 years. So I did a lot of musical theater and plays, and then I fell in love with acting first initially. But then I realized what I could do with my voice, and I realized like, oh, I could just start writing my own music. So then in high school, I would write songs and like play my guitar, and I never really took it anywhere. But once I graduated, I was like, okay, yeah, this is like my path for life.
I love that. And so your music is a blend. There's R&B, there's soul, there's a little bit of reggae. How do you kind of navigate merging these genres together? What's kind of your creative thought process?
I'd say it just depends on my mood, because I love all genres of music, and I could get inspiration from just listening to a certain genre of a song, and I'll be like, oh, I want to try to do that. I want to try to like recreate that. So yeah, I just love music overall. So it just depends on my mood and what I'm feeling.
Yeah, so your latest EP, Unwind, is out right now, and I want to kind of get into a few of the tracks. I've chose 3 for us to kind of dive into. So I want to talk about step 1. Because I listened to it a bunch of times, and then I was like, okay, what is she saying? I was like rinsing it. And then what I got from it is that there was this situation you were going through, and then you were kind of like in your healing era. You're like telling yourself, okay, I am this, I can move on. So you're giving yourself steps to like navigate the breakup or whatever the situation is. So what was your thought? Was that your thought process when you were writing that song?
Yeah, so I'd say when I was writing that song, I was angry. I was mad because I was putting myself through so much, and my friends and family were like, what are you doing? Like, you need to recognize your worth. So that song was actually a freestyle. And I was going to name it Anthem, because that was my anthem. I was chanting that with my friends for a minute before I dropped it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to call it step 1, because the first step is to realize your worth and find yourself and put God first. And once you could do that, like, you just know you're hurt.
So how do you kind of balance, because you share a lot about like your life and real life experiences and your story, how do you balance that like vulnerability and being open? Because a lot of people, it's like, it's a lot to bare your soul in music, and people be like, oh, you're going through that, or, you know, but they're going through it too. So how do you kind of find that confidence to be open about your voice?
I'd say it was really hard because I'm kind of shy. Like, you know, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone doing music, but I realized that I went through a lot at a young age, and I find that my music can maybe heal others who are going through that, because I've grown from it and I've learned from it. So maybe if I share my stories, people can relate to that, and then they could help themselves. Because music is my form of therapy. Like, when I'm going through it, I just want to listen to music that relates to my mood. So I'm hoping that my music can just heal souls and touch hearts.
And I think it does. It's very relatable. I think it's something that you listen to and you're like, okay, like I've been through something like this as well. So it's not only you, and it's really connects with the audience. So with how this goes, I feel like it's kind of like a flip where this person kind of like changed and they became distant, and you were like, like, okay, but I think you were also like, okay, well, it is what it is, right? So how do you kind of like navigate situations where your emotions are high? How do you kind of navigate and push through that and put it into your music?
First, I'll pray, because if I'm going through something, I just go to God and I'll turn to Him. He'll help me. And then I just have to realize that everything happens for a reason, and like everything that I'm going through is supposed to happen. So it really is just what it is, and I can't control anything that I can't control. I can only control myself. So that's kind of what that song's about. It's like, never come over anymore, but like I'm not like them, so it's okay. Like if that's what you want, you can have that. And I feel like a lot of women can relate to that too. Like you got to just put yourself first, and it is what it is, and better things are always coming.
So I feel like with the track Unwind, you're kind of talking about it's like I think it's like getting out of your head and kind of just like, because you're talking about like moving and dancing and movement. So how do you kind of translate that kind of movement into like your sound or performing on stage?
Okay, so one thing is I'm pretty stiff when it comes to dancing, but once I learn how to dance, it's over for everyone. Okay, I'm gonna get a dance teacher or something. But I just like feel the music, and I just really just move my body. Like even if I don't know what I'm doing, I just feel the music. That's what I think. That's the first line. We're dancing, we're moving. Feel the pace of my heart and your movements, and then just step back and like unwind to the beat. You know, just I don't know. Music is just so healing. So I feel like if you're dancing, like that could also heal too.
With the EP called Unwind, can you mention some ways outside of music that you unwind?
Yeah, I like incense. Sometimes I'll like light an incense in my room. I love Bath and Body Works candles, anything vanilla or cinnamon. I just love scents. They really calm me down. Listening to some like meditation music or frequencies. I love to stretch and do yoga. And the gym. I'd say like if I'm really stressed, I'll just go to the gym because just moving your body's so healing. It just like releases all that stress for me. So yeah, scents and movements.
I love that. So being an artist in Edmonton, there's a lot of talent here, but then sometimes there's a lot of, feels like there's shortcuts or there's not things you can navigate through. How have you been able to navigate the scene so far? Do you feel like there's been support, or do you feel like there's still like stepping stones that you have to kind of like push through?
I feel like this city has so much talent, and there's so many people who are willing to work together and collaborate. I'd say the best thing about being an artist in Edmonton is that everyone wants to work with you, and we all want to like build off of each other, So I think just teamwork and team building and the collaborations and just meeting up with other local artists is like a really good thing for me. And that's got me to like meet a lot of people and like meet connections and stuff.
Yeah, so you've spoken about the positive. What are some of the like, not so fun parts about being an artist here? You can just list a few. It doesn't have to be all.
Sometimes people don't see your worth and your talent, and I find that a lot of people don't take me seriously, especially because, okay, maybe not just because I'm a woman, but sometimes I feel like they just don't see my full potential and my worth, so they'll just expect me to do things for free, or like people will know my parents or something and be like, oh, you should just like do this for me and like just do it because you're not famous yet. And I'm like, I've had that said to me, like, you're not famous, you're not Hollywood, so why would I pay you? But I see it as, like, I don't even expect anything out of it, but I just want you to see that I'm working really hard. Like, I just but I would just like people to see how much work and time that Edmonton artists put into their music, and just to take them a little bit more seriously, because you never know where someone's life path will take them. Like, it takes time to build yourself in the industry too, and hard work always pays off.
Yeah, so let's talk about the big thing about music. With music and business, also money, like going to the studio, spending time, like whether it's visuals, like there's a lot of finances that also go into this industry. With you performing at different avenues and different spaces, do you feel like, I know you just mentioned that, you feel like underestimated and that people like don't want to pay. Do you feel like you navigate that a lot, or do you feel like it's getting a little bit better?
It's getting better now because like, it's not like that now, so I should have clarified that. But the first year and a half of my career, no one took me seriously. And, yeah, like, they just thought I was, like, only good enough to perform at the club because I could bring a crowd, and, like, they wouldn't pay me. They'd be like, oh, like, just come and bring your people, and that's it. Like, we'll let you sing a song. And then I started working with my manager, Antonio, and then that's when, like, things started really going my way, and, like, we started navigating the right way and working with the right people and building with teams. And so I'd say, yeah, like, that part, just working with the right people and collaborating with people who are down and like willing to put in the time with you is just so beneficial on both parts.
So looking at your journey as beginning as an artist to where you are now, what are some of the lessons that you've learned that you wish you could tell yourself when you first began?
Not everyone's your friend. not everyone has your best interest. And you're going to have to go through some things that you probably thought you would never go through, but it's only going to build you stronger and it's going to take you further on your career.
I love that. So where does Kianna Faith see herself going? Like, what would be things that you'd be like, not maybe I've made it, but like I'm getting there? What are those like kind of measures of success that you look for?
Right now, I would love to be in a Spotify playlist just so like people around the world could hear my music. Or if like I just got one viral video on TikTok, like for me that would be enough. Cause
I think we can do more than one.
We can do a lot. Like 5 years from now, I'm hoping that I'm singing like on the Junos, but not as an opener. Like I hope I have like my own segment, you know? Like, but I'll work there and I'll get there.
What can people expect from you, the next few months? Are there going to be new collaborations, new music, international moves? Give us a little teaser.
Okay, so I actually just graduated from Pixel Blue College.
Congratulations.
I was taking music producing and sound design and engineering. And throughout that course, I realized that I think I'm going to change my sound, probably around September, ready. But I'm going to drop one more R&B EP, maybe little album, mini album. And then I'm probably going to go full alternative, Willow Smith, like rock. Like, yeah, I'm going to start whipping out my guitars. And I'm just going to let you guys see, like, the different side and, like, the part that I've been resonating most with.
I love that. If there's any like artists out there, I don't want to say R&B now because we know you're diverse with your
Very
sound.
diverse.
Yeah. What artists out there would you want to like hop on a track on? Like if they called you, Janae?
Yes.
Okay, that was good. So what's something that maybe you've performed a lot of places and people have certain ideas that they've made about you, but what's something that they don't know about you that you think they should know?
That's a good question. It's a good question. You're making me think now. Something that people don't know about me that I think they should know. I have a very kind heart, and I feel like I'm very giving, but I'm sensitive. But I feel like vulnerability is something that you should express to people because why should I be embarrassed that I'm sensitive? You know, because I feel like that's something that people don't know about me, but you should know. I'm a little sensitive, so.
Sensitivity's nothing wrong
But
with that.
that's good because I'm tapping with my emotions.
Yeah, some people they're not.
That's where the music comes from, you know?
No, that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you for
on our
having me.
show today. Your energy is amazing. Your sound is amazing. And I want to hear more from you. Send us your music. So if you have never heard about Kianna Faith, make sure you go and stream Unwind right now on all platforms. Thank you so much for coming to the show again. This has been another episode of Chop It Up with your girl, Lebanon Malwatour, in collaboration with Alberta Music. Make sure you tap into them for all resources concerning music here in Alberta. Keep it locked in, subscribe, because I'm watching you people. Share, like, give a love to all the artists here in the city, and keep it locked in and keep the culture alive. Bye!
From all of the pain throughout the years now, you don't know what I have done for me. You don't know.